I feel like I would be remiss to not just note that the president's defense today, I mean, I'm not sure we knew exactly what to expect. And I know this is kind of a simple way to look at it, but honestly, it's the most nuanced and comprehensive response I'm sort of capable of right now. The president's defense today was a little weird. Starting with the incitement to resurrection.
To litigate questions of election integrity within the system is not incitement to resurrection.
It's not incitement to resurrection. I'm not sure what would be incitement to resurrection without getting very deep and spiritual here. It's not incitement to resurrection. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of a lot of things said today.
I don't know if we're under oath here, but when I walked into this room, I sure as heck felt I was under oath.
Are we under oaths? Are we under oaths or oath? Doesn't matter. If you're the defense counsel to the president, should you know that before you start talking about it? Who can say?
Sadly, we have all seen the political rhetoric get ratcheted up over the last few years. We've all been witnesses to many incendiary words by our officials at political events, broadcast over the media, internet.
Who among us has not been ratcheted over the years by the words broadcast over the media, internet? Who among us, indeed?
The petitioner was an elected official and had, read with me, please, everybody. The petitioner was an elected official, read along with me, allegations of irregular Negro bloc voting. It was in the 60s.
President Trump's phone call to Georgia Secretary of State Ben Roethlisberger, surreptitiously recorded, by the way.
The victorial speech needs to stop. You need to stop. There was nothing fun here, Mr. Raskin. We aren't having fun here. One of the House managers, I forget which one, tweeted, "Cry me a river." Under the standards of the House impeachment article, each of these individuals should be retroactively censored, expelled, punished, or impeached.
You mean censured. You mean censored is a different thing. You censure. Welcome to Washington, sir, and your victorial speech is actually welcome in Washington and frankly everywhere. And also, who's Ben? President Trump's phone call to Georgia Secretary of State Ben Roethlisberger? Are you thinking of Ben Roethlisberger? But I don't really know what else to call it. I will also mention at the very outset of their remarks today, in talking about the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, the president's defense counsel said that it was carried out by extremists of various different stripes and political persuasions. It was a small group that were the people of various different stripes and political persuasions. He said that the first person arrested was the leader of Antifa. It was the anti-Trump people who definitely stormed the Capitol carrying all the Trump flags. I mean, they literally tried to pull that off today. For which nobody argues they should be censored. Brief digression. Do you remember Emily Litella from Saturday Night Live? One of the greats. I can't imagine my brain and my sense of humor without Emily Litella having formed it at an early age. But it's also apparently a key part of the Trump impeachment defense. See, the president, according to the president's lawyers today, he was not cheering on his supporters who said they were coming to Washington to fight. He was not cheering on his supporters who said they were bringing the cavalry to Washington. That would actually be terrible. No, Trump supporters were actually bringing the cavalry to Washington. That's totally what they meant. And that's what he thought and why he was cheering them on.
House Manager Swalwell showed you this tweet this week, and he emphasized that this tweet reflected a call to arms. He told you repeatedly that this was a promise to call in the cavalry for January 6th. He expressly led you to believe that President Trump's supporter believed that the president wanted armed supporters at the January 6th speech. Paramilitary groups, the cavalry, ready for physical combat. The problem is, the actual text is exactly the opposite. The tweeter promised to bring the Calvary, a public display of Christ's crucifixion, a central symbol of her Christian faith, with her to the president's speech, a symbol of faith, love, and peace.
She was going to bring the whole mountain. Trump supporters were not bringing the cavalry. That would be terrible. They were bringing the Calvary. That's what they tried to sell for the president's defense today. He wasn't inciting violence on Capitol Hill. He was inciting violins. Everybody string your bows. You got your rosin. I mean, I don't even. I really hope there's a Saturday Night Live this weekend. I don't even know if there is. All right. But, you know, what has, I'm sorry.